Here's what I see happening in 2023 related to markets, related to crypto, related to the economy. Now, what I'm about to tell you, I've looked into a lot. None of it is financial advice. It's just my opinions and my takes from everything that I've looked at. Here's what I think is going to happen. Now, it's important to give some context here because everyone seems to be sitting here waiting for this Fed pivot, which they signify as a return to the bull market in everything. And that's what most people think is going to happen once the Fed pivots. I don't. Here's why. Yes, it will be nice that the Fed stops raising interest rates and maybe starts lowering them. It will be nice if the Fed goes from quantitative tightening to quantitative easing, which Fed pivot probably won't do that part. They'll probably stick with the tightening for much longer than people think. And the interest rates, they will start to bring those down eventually, I think around the summer of 2023 to the fall of 2023. And the reason they will do that is because the economy is absolutely breaking. Think about that. If the economy is breaking, businesses are having worse and worse earnings. We have businesses going out of business. And when the Fed starts lowering interest rates because of that, do you think that's going to return us to a bull market? I don't. Because lowering interest rates, sure, that's good for the economy and businesses and all things financial markets. But is a crumbling economy, are businesses going under, massive layoffs, unemployment rising, is that good? Is that for a return to a bull market? I don't think so. In 2023, I also think we're going to get to at least 6 to 7% unemployment. And that unemployment is going to be massive impact on the actual spending and money velocity within the economy, locally and macroeconomically speaking, because what sector is going to have the biggest layoffs? It's going to be tech. And you know what? The average tech income is much higher than your average person. So when I say 6 to 7% unemployment, the actual lost income in that 6 to 7% is going to be more like we have an unemployment rate of people with average incomes of like 10 to 12. All of this equates to less spending. All of this equates to not growth. All of this equates to recession. But the interest rates will be lowering. Yeah, but it'll be in a burning environment. And if you look back traditionally, literally going all the way back to the 60s, when the Fed pivots with the exception of one time, the market goes down much further when the Fed starts to pivot, which is actually starting to lower interest rates. That's what a pivot is. Not a pause, a pivot. And when they do that, that's going to be because the environment around them is literally falling to pieces. That's not a return to the bull market, although that is part of the journey in the return to the bull market. That's what I think.